saw you in berries, and I've got to get over I need to make a list, like a running list. I was doing that before, and then I moved it, and I don't know where I moved my list. Eight saying hello to everybody. I forgot. Yeah, we've got to do this because we've got other rooms open. Click, clickety, click, so everybody can see who's in all the rooms. But I just thought we'd talk about maybe what's free that we've found. I know, and available around us. Right now, I'm going to have lots of leaves because it's so dry in Florida. Our big trees are just dropping leaves like crazy, the strangler figs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I'm watering, of course, my fruit trees, but they're hard, to keep up with. And then, the strangler figs are just dropping them like crazy.
Wow.
So I'll go out and probably rake that and use that in one of the beds and bury it. All those leaves. That's free filler. And now I have also that free coffee to use in the raised beds too, because I'm going to reset those raised beds. And that's where I might put the watermelon seeds back down into. So it'll be closer to the house. I'm thinking that area further away from the house is, and it'll be higher. I think bunnies took those out. If you see a short that I just put up, you guys, I had watermelon seeds in for the watermelon wars. They were sprouting and had their second leaves, and the leaves are all gone on every one of them. Stems. Yes, that's how I felt. Why?
And it's not like watermelon leaves taste good to rabbits. Like, that's weird.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, it's just the only thing that points to rabbits. It was all one height and just leaves. They just nibble, 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 and off they went. Like they were too tall, unless a rat was on its hind leg.
Right.
Are you trying to block that light? That's
there's a big. It's the light to my mom's bedroom. So
it's like, where is it?
It's fine.
Yeah.
We're not blinded.
No, blinded by the light.
That's a good song.
My sunflower. Nice.
Except for what are the other words? Wrapped up like a douche.
Yeah.
It's like wrapped up like a doucher in the roller in the night. That's what I've been singing all my life.
Yes. What does what does it actually mean?
I think it's revved up like a deuce, like
hey, Rob.
Okay.
In the roller in the night. So anyway, so I am set up, and so I am just gonna go and massage my mom's feet, and then I might put the macaw to bed.
Oh dear. We'll see how that goes, huh?
Well, no, I just had to put towels over it. But all day he goes, "Rah!"
Oh, Beth, I'll give you a wrench so you can do that. I know who you are. You know who I am.
Yeah.
Hey, Rob. Good to see you.
Miss T with the T.
Hey, Miss T.
Miss T.
Good to see you.
Actually, what I might, I don't know if I can unplug these, and maybe if I turn this on.
Thank you, God's desire for me.
Let's see if this will work.
Just give me a second. I don't want you to have to do them all, Sharon, Miss Sharon. So let me just give her a wrenchy wrench. And I don't know why Miss T too doesn't have one. Oh, because she's over on Laura's. I think she has one here, or she's on your.
Yeah.
Oops, somebody's asking.
Let's see if this will work.
Wow. So good.
There we go.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds really good. Nice and clear. Hey, Misha, welcome in.
Yeah, so I can just take you with me.
Everybody's saying hello, hello. Okay.
I'll be back.
All right, girly.
But I'm listening, so you can't talk, smack about me while I'm gone because I'm listening.
Darn it. Darn. Like Diva gets all her stuff all free. Yeah.
I just added a couple mods to my channel.
Oh, bless you. That's so nice. Thank you, Miss T.
Oh.
Okay, you're on the hedgehog one. Okay. So if you come over to mine. Oh no, Beth, let me hold on. Then you can just click on them. I'm just on my side in StreamYard and I'm trying to click on everybody. Let me get into mine and do it. Hold on. There we go. Sorry, I can't walk, talk, and chew gum at the same time, so just give me a sec. Technology is a whole nother level. You would okay. There we go. All righty. Yeah, I love going to Miss T's in the morning.
Yeah,
It's such a good time.
she's got great stuff going on over there all the time. Good people.
Yep, definitely. Found a lot of good
It's
people.
like she just attracts these really nice people.
I agree. She totally does. And like some of their channels are just amazing. And some of the artwork too on the channels, amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. Let's see. I'm just trying to click on everybody and it's like I can't even. Yes, I did. Thank you. I'm working on my hours now. Laura was helping me with that. I'm like seeing her little comments. I'm here now. I'm over here.
Oh, I know. I need to get over to
Appreciate that.
over more, and then I need to get over to Divas too.
Yeah, Diva's getting close too. Absolutely. Yeah. So if either anybody in the side chat hearing us or in the bushes, we need our playlist run. I've got to actually make more playlists. I've got to look and see if I have enough to make playlists. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Let me get you. Oh no, that's not it. See, I could make an easy mistake.
Carol, can you Carol, can you read the comments?
Yeah, hold on one second. I'm trying to add Miss T. There's some moderators that I need to add that I didn't have.
Woohoo!
They can click on people and make it just easier.
Yes, that's awesome.
Okay, it's everybody just greeting one another basically right now. Miss T just said she was my number 13 yeah.
Aww.
All thanks. God's desire for me said to Laura. And then, Beth is showing like, all right, rock on with getting your numbers. Woohoo. Celebrating us. Miss Sharon's dropping links because she's a doll. Thank you, Miss Sharon. Appreciate it. I just didn't want you to have to, that's why I try to give out the wrenches fairly well. Oh, Tibor and Rob are having a conversation. Far too much.
I love the play-by-play.
I know, far too much work.
All right, well, we're going in to give my mom a kiss. So everybody say goodnight to my mom.
Good night.
Sleep well.
Good night, everybody.
Much love. Storms is thanking Miss Sharon for the link drop. I'm over here. CR is in somebody's side chat. Possibly yours, because I think he went over to Laura's before. Storms, Radios, and Cats, and now you're coming back, so I don't have to walk and talk and shoot them. Oh my goodness! Wow.
Her brain was on overload. It was like, whoa.
But you know what? That tells me how much you love me. That's what it tells me.
I do. Oh, thank you. Appreciate that so much. I need to get in my garden. Yeah, Blue and Abby. Yay.
Because she got wrenched.
I know, she's the disembodied voice.
Yeah, she's getting blued everywhere.
Yeah. Well, both of them have been in my chats before, and then of course I go to Miss T's every morning now that my schedule flipped, because like Laura said, it's like such a good morning time over there.
Yeah. And well, now that I'm getting up, well, I'm not home right now, but because I'm up earlier, I'm able to do the same thing where I'm able to actually go on and catch, kind of the tail end of Miss T's. And it's just always so much fun. And it's like, I need to learn, how to do what she does, because she makes them fun. And, my lives are like weird.
No, they're not. You are
great. Not.
Great life.
Well, there's a little bit of fun, and then it can get weird.
No, I think
everybody.
Miss T will tell you she has pause. The pause is in there. It gets weird sometimes for her, I'm sure, with some of the things that get slung around.
We're making her blush.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was grateful to find.
Was it last time we were talking about pig testicles in yours?
What's that?
Castration.
Yes, that was lovely. All the guys were crossing their legs. Yes, we could do it.
Poor guys.
Sorry.
don't know who would say such things. You know?
Aw. Yes, weirdly awesome though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like that. I'm glad we can make you blush. It's well deserved. I miss
Yeah.
someone, yeah. Oh, I was in the chat one time saying something about even like going to Walmart and wearing like a skin colored shirt, and it was like referencing like Misty's like, what? And
Mhm.
because we were talking about the weirdness of Walmart in the side chat, and that's from the website when the lady wore those pants that were leggings that were the same color as her flesh, and it
Mhm.
made it look like she's walking around Walmart without pants on. So yeah, it gets weird in there.
I tell you though, never do that on a live when you're like wearing something that's well, I mean, you might get more interest, but
Yeah.
you know, maybe not.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do watch what is,
Yeah.
you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
there,
Thank you
because
for
it's
the
just like,
reminder because mine was slowly slipping
that
down.
is a beautiful shirt. I love the boat neck. Boat neck is so pretty on
Thank
you.
you. It's my 80s. I'm an 80s kid. I just
80s.
can't.
Once you're an 80s kid, it's just like you still look
Mhm.
cool. You still are like, you know, you rock it.
Thank
Yeah.
It
you.
never stops.
Thank you. Hey, Carolyn. Good to see you.
Hey, Caroline.
Good to see you. That's Carolyn Food Forest from David the Good. Know her from David the Good.
Oh, cool.
Bob, what bada bing.
We are David the Good fans over
Why,
here.
thank you, Bob. Appreciate that. Yeah.
Oh, look, audience retention went up. Woo!
Woo! Yeah, because we started talking about pig testicles or pantslessness and possible shots of hearing.
Boob shots.
Well, yes, booby shots. That's what I
Booby
said.
shots.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I was telling somebody like, hey, if I was single, I'm sure I could drop some interesting, like the one that I actually dropped because we were talking about in Swoop Like Me and her live. She had a pool boy come over wherever she's staying, and she was like, oh my gosh, I got to put on pants because she's just chillaxing and she's off the road. And then I think like all the women were talking about, it's just a braless kind of day. We just want to relax. Oh, J3, you just came in and just in time to hear this conversation.
Hey, Gardner Josh.
Hey, Gardner Josh. Yeah, so yeah, it ended up getting titled that, like the pantsless or something like that, braless Thankful Thursday. And we were just all laughing. And the next time I'm, on with them or whatever, I have to report
David
back
Corey.
about, how many people actually came to look at that live for that title. Hey, David Corey.
Hey, David Corey.
Good to see you. I mean, if you guys, I know they were just up on Tampa Creek's live with me. Or
Cool.
I was with them, really. I came up.
Yeah, you're out there hanging with the cool people. I see that.
The cool
That's right.
I'm
She's
slipping away and you're hanging with the cool people.
Yeah.
That's right.
Me and Laura over here just, eating our little biscuits and drinking our tea.
Get out of here. You're so silly. Oh my gosh. No. Hey, I'm stuck inside all day with a kid. Once it's like free time from mom, I gotta take advantage of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I know.
Hence the cute hair and the cute top and
Oh, thank you. Actually, I'm just like trying to make the hair behave. It just does not want to. I put it down. It's got it just does not. Oh, hey, J3. Yay.
J3.
See you.
Why you want to say the cool kid? I'm not cool.
Okay.
I'm uptight with them folks over there.
Okay.
You're the balance.
They be trying to make me turn gray and white and all that stuff. And
I'm uptight with those people.
Okay. The uptight man and all the cool kids.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
They would be trying to make me as old as he is, and man, it's rough over there. It's rough over there.
Oh, you were going to the conference? Oh, how awesome. Well, tell him I said hello, Carolyn. I wish I could go.
Oh, that's cool.
It is really cool. I want to go to one. Hey, Storms, Radios, and Cats. Welcome.
Hi,
Hey,
y'all.
Barry.
Welcome in.
Can you hear me all right?
You sound
Yep.
good. You sound good. So tonight is just about like what we are gaining
Gigs?
that's free for our gardens or low cost that's helping them.
Poo-poo juice.
Yeah, your poo-poo
Mhm.
juice. If you haven't seen the video on
Yep.
poo-poo juice on Marine's channel, please feel free to stop by and watch it.
Well, she has poo-poo juice, and I have duck juice or duck water,
Duck
which
water,
is
which is free too.
basically the same
Same
thing.
thing.
I need to leave and go. I got to go and go back to sleep and wake up. Yeah.
Stop it. Well, because I called you the cool kids.
And free wood chips from down the road that I
Yes.
yes.
Oh, you're so lucky. It's always like 7 hours or 3 at the least for me. So that's 3 up, 3 back.
Mhm.
I have a great time. I will be there in spirit with y'all. We actually used to call the group that hung around David the Good when he first started on YouTube. Well, a little bit after his first starting on YouTube, but
Mhm.
his live people were the cool kids. And shoot, we were part of it, both of us.
Now he's just gonna let y'all sit in the corner. Huh?
Yeah, what was that? What happened? We in the corner.
Yeah, David is gone, and y'all just in the corner now.
Yep.
Oh, yeah? He just passed on through and said hello to everybody and left. So
Wow.
Nobody puts
Well, I
baby
thought
in
you
the
were talking about
corner.
David the Good. You talking about
David
David
the
Good?
Good. I was like, which David are we talking about?
I thought you were talking about David the Good.
Yeah, David the Good is no, I mean yeah, his channel blew up.
Yeah, he's gone. He's up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still an average guy though.
Yeah, I still
Yeah.
watch him every now and then.
Yep.
He
Well,
did a
Thank you.
thing
for sharing.
for Justin Rhodes, a short or a video for Justin Rhodes that he shared out
Mhm.
on his channel, and I think that really helped his numbers boom even bigger.
Yeah. Justin Rhodes actually was the one who kind of told David the Good to go to YouTube and do more with YouTube
there.
and encouraged him to.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I think Black's Tropical got into with like they did something up
Yeah.
there. I saw a video of them going
Black's
there.
Tropical did a bunch of like
what he touches turns to gold.
yeah, with
Yep.
two other YouTubers and helped them out. They got in on that. So
Yes, he does, and I finally got the Grocery Row Gardening, but I don't have it here. His newest book is Minimalist Gardening by David the Good.
oh, I need to get that one. I've got most of all the other ones.
Yeah, I have. The other one is out. Yeah, he saw me pull out his books. He's like, "You got all my books." When he came in that night, but yeah, I do pretty much the same thing. And one I think I have actually.
Yeah.
And then the other one, the Grocery Row Gardening, was my last one, and that's out in the other room.
Yeah. I've been loaning out his books and not getting them back.
Yeah, I wouldn't. They were like gold to me. No, but
yeah, I'm like, I can't do that anymore because now I gotta.
Yeah, they have to buy them. Sorry, I'll give you the link.
Yeah.
You ain't getting my shift books.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does. He's really helped out quite a few channels to blow up. Same thing with Lead Farmer. Lead Farmer touches channels and they turn to gold too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they got that hand, and for some reason, when it's no more wood, it just turns into gold.
I know the Midas touch for sure. I agree. Hey, Mike's, welcome. Oh, you have that book too right next to you. I've got to actually read it. Laura's better at reading the books. I collect them. I do like a little look-see poo through. And
looking for pictures.
Yeah, this one has the best pictures so far. This one, the survival.
Oh, okay. I don't have that one because
you're not in South Florida. Yeah.
And I don't have his new one.
But
yeah,
the minimalist. That one that I just showed. Yes, that is the newest, the minimalist gardening. But yes, he is where I did learn some of the cheap, and he wants to just get people growing.
Mm-hmm.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
Put those on the audio books. I'll be interested.
He did do one, and that's the one that I had. I think it's Grow or Die is on audio, and he does his own audio. That's why he doesn't do it.
His books are really easy to read, though, too, because if you watch enough of his videos, it's just so much like his character, the way he writes.
Mm-hmm. Very much so. Definitely no, he doesn't have any kind of, what do they call that? Where somebody writes for you.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely doesn't.
Ghostwriter.
Thank you. Doesn't have. I was thinking shadow writer, and I'm like, that's not right. my brain has a conversation before the word.
She was going to speak it out, and her brain said, "No."
They're both in the dark.
Don't do that.
Yeah, they're both in the dark. Is right. All made from my compost feels like. Yeah, there you go. Like a free goodie. Also, anything that reseeds itself, yes, and comes back feels like a bonus. I agree, Shawnee. You can't beat that. I found that book. Lost book of you just found it. I have that book and it cost me a pretty penny. The Lost Book of Herbal Remedies. I want the other one where it actually teaches you how to make tinctures and stuff.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I think she's got 2 more out. Nicole Appleton, Dr. Nicole Appleton. He's saying hi to Mike. What about, I know you, yeah, there you go. Good book.
There you go. Yeah.
Really good book.
They got pictures, but pictures I'd be looking for.
Not the pictures you be looking for. I was actually thinking of my blueberries, Jags. Do you use the coffee grounds on yours or nothing? Like really?
The only thing I use on mine is coffee grounds and pine needles.
Free. Pine needles are free there. Yeah, I have to go looking for pine needles here near me.
Yeah.
Oh.
I get pine needles. I get coffee grounds free. I get the forest floor compost that naturally happens. I use that.
Yeah.
Wood chips and lots of. I'm gonna start working on my biochar.
Awesome.
I'll send you all the needles you could stand.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Put them in a box. Actually, they started selling them, but I don't know if it's the correct pine needles or, I don't know.
Pine needles.
Yeah.
Big, long, short, doesn't matter. Pine needles.
Okay. All right.
As long as they're dry.
Okay.
Yeah.
It don't matter. They're going to get dry from being down there.
That's true.
Yeah.
Unless our rainy season starts and then,
Hi, Ann.
Hey, Ann. Welcome in.
That's not going to hurt it.
Nah. Okay.
And the time it takes to be delivered to your house, they'll probably dry out the box anyway on the way down there.
For real.
It doesn't matter.
It is better if you're buying them and you have to, they're weighed, that they're dry.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
But I have about 4 or 5 pine trees up on a hill back here that are dropping all this.
Seed to seed. How save seeds from
I have,
cool. Very cool.
I have them all over my property, so I get pine needles galore.
I used to have a yard full of pine needles when we had the pine trees, but I don't live like the community that I have. They took them out. The builders took out all the pine. I don't know how they got away with that, unless it had that. I think it's a beetle that gets into them and kills them.
Yeah.
Yeah, rain catchment.
I get rid of all the pine trees around my house because they were too close.
Yeah, they're widow makers a lot of times, the pines. Yeah.
And roach keepers.
Oh, yeah. That's what my palm trees are.
I would say rain catchment's free.
Hey,
I have buckets all over the property.
Yep. Yeah, that's what CR
like
just
Diva.
said. Yep. Go ahead.
I started doing that with some things. Like right now I have a roof on my pig house and I've got water collecting off that roof and I've got water collecting off the roof for the chickens.
Yeah.
But we're going to probably switch our house over to rain catchment and that's not going to be free like that.
Well, it's not free to start, but then
Right.
eventually
Yeah.
it will pay.
It's going to cost more than our well. Our well isn't producing much.
And as well. Oh.
Yeah, it's scary moments over here sometimes.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Got 2 compost heaps going inside pallet frames. Cool.
That is cool. Very cool.
I've never turned it or used any of it. It's got to be broken down by now,
Oh,
though, Rob. At 15
yeah.
years, you could.
Yeah, Rob, I don't go and turn mine. I do have chickens that are, pooping on top of these bins, but it's like I let mine sit for about 1.5 years and I open it up and it's almost like, that top, it's just like almost the whole thing is all just soil full of worms. It's just beautiful.
If the top layer looks like it's not composted, just go under a little bit and I'm sure it will be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big on rain catchment here.
Nice.
Very nice. But Rob, tell them how much rain you get a year. That floored me. Floored me.
What state does he live in?
He's in Texas. Tejas.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I would like that, Carolyn. I really would. I don't know what it's looking like right now with moving and things like that. But yeah. Pray for me. I don't know. We'll see what happens. What God has in store. Yeah.
So that book that I did put out there, just because I'm on a laptop, I don't know how to do the share.
Okay.
Like the book is about $150.
Oh.
But it's
everything.
Yeah. Well, the seven kin. I do believe he actually approached them and said, "Hey, why don't you give me a book and I will do a review and I will promote it." And they gave him a book. It's super thick. It's beautiful. Like it's a huge book, but it has everything that you can think of with beautiful sketches. And let me just see if I can.
I've got it. Hold on. It does look pretty gorgeous. Hold on.
Yeah.
Almost.
So, well, I think it's 160 Canadian. I don't know what you guys would pay.
I'm not sure.
Not 160 Canadian, that's for sure.
The book. Is this it? The ultimate.
But it shows you how to do every little thing out there.
Okay. Hold on. I'm trying to. This doesn't seem right. Like it. Maybe it's how to rebuild civilization.com, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Then I have it. I just wasn't sure.
Yeah. It's the ultimate, how to.
It's got some serious illustrations in it.
Yeah. It's stunning. Like for what the size of book and what you're getting in it, it is quite stunning. Oh, only 120. You guys are getting it cheap.
I'm getting a deal. Oh, getting a deal. Here, let me get the.
Oh, look at those illustrations.
Those are beautiful. That's like
watch the shipping be ridiculous.
Right.
I don't know. You might be able to get it on Amazon.
Yeah, it's possible.
Let me look. While you're doing that, I'll look.
Yeah, thank you, Barry.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're currently experiencing huge demand. Please allow up to 21 days for your order to arrive.
That's some crazy stuff. So the word's gotten out.
That's freaky. I started typing in the Prime search thing. It filled it in for me.
Oh yeah, isn't that nice? AI is so nice like that.
That's because they listen to everything you're saying right now.
They sure.
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
Right.
Always. It's getting
that is so true.
Okay, so give
go.
Maureen $1 bazillion. Give Maureen $1 bazillion. Give Maureen $1 bazillion.
And her friends too.
Oh no! When I get the bazillion, then I just give. I'm a huge giver. I don't need lots. I just need to be able to help everybody.
Okay, I can go with that. All right.
Yeah.
Well, with Prime, you don't have to pay shipping, so
Right.
still $119 on Amazon Prime.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
that's true. I bet there would be good fish and worms in it.
Sold by Bad Idea Company.
Thank you, Carolyn.
Okay, let me rethink that now.
119.
All right, that's okay. Rain catchment with an average rainfall of 17 inches. And that was a few years ago. A few years ago, we got a total of 4. That's scary. That's just scary. How, you need water for grow a garden, just like CR said.
So you would need it, like the roof that we're going to use for our rain catchment is like 2,400 square feet, or maybe a little more than that. And for every 1,000 square feet, you get like 680 gallons, I believe, of water.
Okay.
Of every inch of rain. And so, yeah, you would need a big roof for that.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it's got a lot. Like
every little thing.
Like where it started. It's like from the beginning. It's basically the idea of the book.
Mm-hmm.
Like if everything gets wiped out, this is where electronics started and medicine and things like that. Is that the idea?
Yes.
Cool. Mm-hmm. Very cool.
Yeah. So you guys Americans are getting a steal if it's 120, because I know when I looked it was 160.
Book.
And it is like, it's almost like fabric on the outside of the book and stuff. Like they opened it on a live to show us. It was like, wow.
I have one like that. I think God's Desire for Me. I have to look. I think mine's though by story. I have to look at it. Oh yeah, maybe a used copy. It's possible.
Nah, I don't think so. It's still I think it was made in 2020.
Oh, it's a pretty new book.
Just with beautiful old pictures.
We possibly may, Carolyn. That's true with everything.
My rain catchment is a cooler.
I have one that I haven't been able to set up because the neighbor's kid might rip it out.
Yeah.
I have a garbage can, because we're at my front, there is kind of they peek in here. No, I told them I won't forget. Okay. And it just pours over. So I just put a garbage can. So I have a garbage can, and then I do have a couple of rain barrels that are catching it and whatnot.
Cool, Bob.
And the thing is that, like, I know there's lots of pollution in our air, and so the rain's bringing it down, but your rain has way more nitrogen, kind of charged in it than what we're pulling out of the tap. So it is super important. Like if it means just going outside and getting those rain buckets all out there.
Hey, corn fed.
It's like, get them all out.
Yeah. Hey, corn fed, welcome in. Okay.
I love Miss Sharon's comment.
Wait a minute. Where are we with Miss Sharon's comment?
Just a few down.
There it is.
Oh.
You can get how to destroy West. Oh, that's horrible. Wow.
Only $13.99.
$13.99. I know.
$13.99. Wow. Look at what the used copy is going for of that book. So used copy.
Just in case you can't handle the breakdown of civilization, you have another option.
Yeah.
I can't just leave a 5-gallon bucket out. It has to be with screen. We have mosquitoes here that carry chainsaws, as I've said before. They are wicked.
Yep.
Amazing how much water you can catch from even a small rainfall.
You can't put screen over the bucket?
Yeah.
No, for mine I can, but yeah. I have a smaller area where it's supposed to feed in off of my roof. And the area where it feeds in, and the only area that we really have the gutter system, is shared with my neighbor who has a very tall autistic son who could rip it down because he's ripped down our part of it before.
No, we're looking into big, huge.
Yeah, like cisterns.
Like,
yep.
We were going to get the 10,000 gallon cisterns or something like that. But I think we might go smaller cisterns, just more of them.
Yeah.
Because it's cheaper that way. So
that's true, CR. You can save by doing seed swapping locally. And then it's also the seeds are assimilated to your area, or acclimated, to your area.
Mm-hmm.
How can you get 1,000-gallon ring catcher?
You can also.
Wow.
That's you can also do that with your own seeds, like saving your own seeds over time.
Yeah.
They'll adapt to your area. So when you have a plant that thrives in your area, save those seeds.
Yeah. Much rain in spring, and then yeah, that's us here, and we get a ton during hurricane season, as we call it. So get a ton, and then it's dry. It's very, very dry in winter, and we haven't come off that dryness yet. Usually, we're off of it by now. That's why, like, I have a bunch of leaves in my backyard and falling everywhere because it's just so dry.
They're saying Kentucky and Tennessee might get more rain than usual this summer.
Yeah, it seems like you guys are getting.
Yeah, we're getting tons of rain.
Yeah,
already.
Yeah,
we're not even in summer yet, so
which is nice because I watered all my garden when we had a little dry spell. I watered my whole garden, and by the end of me watering my garden, my water was turning brown.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm like, oh, that's not good.
Miss Sharon has his question if anybody has that. I don't have the collapsible. I got a free one actually from my city because I called to ask if they had anything, you know, like a city garden or any kind of gardening stuff going on with the city. And then they told me about that you could put your name in for a raffle. And I won it because I was the only one who put their name in.
Oh, yay,
yeah.
though.
So I know it was awesome, but it's like I need to set it up.
That's the best kind of raffles to get into.
Right? You're the only one. Wow, 40 inches. We worry about the water. Yeah, that's what we worry about here during our season when we get it.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, her eggs are not, or her water is not all in one basket. If she does that, that's true.
Yep.
She has different ways. Yeah, I don't know how they hold up, Miss Sharon. I haven't used one. It depends what they're made out of, too. Down here, certain plastics will crack after so long with our sun and our heat.
I got that 250-gallon square one. You need to take and paint it or put a cover over it.
We have a 250-gallon tote that we just need to hook up the gutter off the chicken coop.
Yeah.
Right now, we just have the water running into the duck pond.
Wow. I love this. He's got seeds from his great-grandparents who first.
Oh, that is sweet.
That is really something to be proud of and awesome.
From
1915. Isn't that awesome?
You'd be surprised what you're going to get.
Yeah. Yep. He said they've been preserving it since 1915.
Wow.
And growing it out. Okra and tomatoes. That's really cool. Okay. Now, God's desire for me has it. She says it's 100 gallons. So how is it holding up? How is the collapsible? Okay. You've been talking to CR. Nice. Wow, Tibor.
I have a 53-gallon collapsible rain barrel thing. It's from Vivor. It's in my my list on Amazon.
Okay. That's what she has.
Actually, so I'm just by looking at the pictures, it looks like it would hold up pretty well.
What's the reviews on it? Can you share it to me so I can plug it up?
Yeah, sure.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah, I'd like to see it too.
Mind you, it's American, so I'll get to pay $7,000 for it.
Yeah, right.
I know.
Right. That'll be $200,000.
It always blows me away when I talk to my
family. You need to get you a cane, wrap your feet up, and go as a handicapped person.
Ooh.
They'll help you out.
Where's that? Where's that?
It's in the basement, Carol.
Awesome. Oh, it's way in the basement. Sorry, I gotta with my little 13-inch screen.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, dear.
No, thank you. There we go. Okay.
Oh, wow.
That's cool.
What's the review? It says,
but it's
only got a 3.9 though. Out of 153. I wonder what the problems they're having with it. It looks like it's a cooler, like a ginormous cooler. Like, it can hold your rain catchment and your beers too for parties.
It's multi-purpose.
It's multi-purpose.
Yeah, but
God's how much ice and
God's desire for me said that she had hers was 100-gallon one.
Yeah, it's doing great though. She said,
and this one is the collapsible one.
Yeah.
How does it collapse?
Take the sides out. It looks like it's got pipes on the sides, possibly. Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
The feet go up the side to hold it.
Oh.
Looks like it folds in on itself.
Yeah, it looks like one of those tubs that people get too off of Amazon.
I can
prop up.
if I got that. Oh, this person said not sturdy.
That's awesome.
They said it's not sturdy.
Well, what are they putting it on though? If you put it on the ground, you won't notice that. Once it fills with water, then it's going to.
Yeah.
Right.
You need a level surface. Exactly. Yeah. If it's not level, it's not going to be sturdy. The fine used tools. Yeah, that's true too, CR. Sometimes on like Craigslist offer up, if not free, you can definitely find them for less. The Restore that they do, Habitat for Humanity has them at least throughout.
We get those totes, those big old 250-gallon totes. We have like a couple.
The IBC ones?
Yeah. And that's what I have my duck water in. I actually started another one for duck water just because I want to start doing our whole land with that.
With duck water?
With the duck water, yeah.
With the duck water, yeah.
Awesome.
That's kind of like that movie that you love, Maureen, where they use the worm stuff to revitalize the land. Worm compost tea.
Oh yes, yeah. The best or the biggest little farm.
That's it. I always forget which I'm like, how does that title go again?
Biggest little farm.
Rob Painless is saying that the best prices he's found for the large tanks, the cisterns, have been actually at Tractor Supply. And AIDS is just like, go ahead and just take my money. Yeah, this don't need to be like free ideas and low cost, right. And we're talking about ginormous cisterns and water catchment systems.
Yeah,
so the 100-gallon one is what, 65.83? Is that what it says there?
Oh, I'm gonna have to let y'all go. Somebody need my assistance.
All right.
Oh,
I'll watch it on the TV.
Appreciate it.
Have a good one.
All right.
See you in the streets.
All right.
Have a good one. All right.
60.
Yeah, it might be worth a try, Miss Sharon, for the price.
Yeah.
But some of the ones though that are, how do you say it? Like the barrels you can get cheap too on Craigslist. So, I don't know.
Why not a 55-gallon food grade barrel? I mean,
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The food, that's what I have.
You can buy those spigots pretty cheap. I mean, PVC spigots are cheap.
Yep. And they have the how-tos on YouTube and on Pinterest, so how to make your own.
Yeah.
Shown me using bowls.
I get from my 250-gallon ones, I get little like hose things that connect right to them.
That is a big responsibility to
you
keep
close that out whenever you feel like it, go.
Oh, sorry, I forgot I had the power.
I mean, I could, but I didn't know if you were done.
No, it's fine.
Oh, I was looking at it, but I'm looking at an American site, so what good is that doing me anyway, right?
Oh. Yeah, it can, but if it doesn't work out for the water, it can keep your beers cold. That's true.
That's right.
Yeah.
What Miss Sharon just said, because I can't carry it up this dang hill. Exactly.
Oh, okay.
DJ Adventures and Beyond.
So that's why.
Welcome.
Hey, DJ Adventures and Beyond. Welcome.
You might even put some moonshine in there.
Yeah, never know. We're talking about water catchments, and we just looked at one that folded down, DJs.
Make it through the apocalypse wasted.
Yeah. It also looked like a big beer cooler too.
It's kind of, you go the apocalypse. It was a blur to me. I don't know. I fared fine through it.
I didn't think it was that bad.
We were getting our 250-gallon totes for like $55. From there's a lot of companies, and we wash them out with Dawn dish soap. Just gotta watch what was in them. We've been getting ones that have had vinegar in them, so not a bad way to go. And
That
then,
ain't a bad way to go at all.
yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, DJs, you know the drill. You've got 1,000 subscribers. So just, on the shorts, 2 minutes now they want for it to stick. So if you leave me a comment, I will get back to you and check you out.
Yeah, I got to get back to some people. I always like go on their tab and then leave it up.
Yeah.
So I can go back and watch it.
Someone else. Oh, I think it was Moonsprout. What she said she does is she has your watch. She has a watch later. Like we all get the watch later.
Yeah. Bob.
Add them into the watch later
so
that they're all there, and you don't have to have 50,000 tabs up to try to find everybody.
Yeah.
So,
I've got sunshine on a cloudy day.
Oh,
yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. That was sweet.
I wanted to, pardon the interruption, but
No.
I wanted to add on with the rainwater, all that, like we've got at our house overseas, washing your clothes. See if you can pipe that in to wash your clothes. That'll save you some city water if you need. It's right there. Yeah. It's all for free. Yeah, we just got a hose running from the 500-gallon tank to fill up the washing machine, which is outside overseas, and all the plants outside comes right out of the rainwater.
Very cool.
They do like a catchment area on some of these off-grid homes where they actually filter out their. I forget what that's called. It's not potable because it's already used, but they make sure
gray water.
The gray water, and they funnel it through their plants as it flows out.
Yeah,
that's good thinking.
Epic Gardening, that's what he does, and so like you do have to, of course, if you are using any of your house water, you got to make sure that your soaps,
all your soaps,
that they are able. But that's exactly what he's doing.
Yeah. I've seen it with the tiny homes too. Have done it. Who are off grid? They've done it. But yeah, that's what I was going to say. You got to make sure that your soaps aren't going to kill your plants. And that they're earth friendly. Anything that you use in the sinks.
Yeah.
I can't bleach my floors then. Oh.
Yeah, I know, right? I do like a little bleach here and there.
Yes,
I do too.
But usually anytime I use those kinds of products in my, like when I'm washing my floor, I take it and I throw it out on the concrete, so it gives my concrete a little bit of a wash and a mossing kind of thing.
Yep, I do that, especially here because we get so much mildew at certain times of the year. Gross.
Yeah, it's just like even in the wintertime, you walk out, I can smell the mildewy smell outside.
Yeah.
Forever present in Florida.
Yeah.
Like
when the sun comes, it's better. But
when I went to visit Vermont, and there, of course, state smells like pine and just forest. And then we came back home. I was like, oh, is that what it's like? We came back down in Fort Lauderdale. Well, Fort Lauderdale is very close to all the swamp.
Yeah.
And we flew in, and I'm like, ew. It's like mildew and swamp down here. I'm like, that's not nice. Florida doesn't always smell like that, by the way. I mean, I love
my hometown is a pulp and paper town, and most of the pulp mills are gone.
Okay, good night, Carolyn. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate it.
But
they stink. Boy,
they still have refineries. And like and the town is built in a bowl, so we always lived in the bowl. That's where I am now, and it would just be like if you drive up and out, you're smelling the fresh air as you come in. You go, oh, you just smell that terrible
DJs. I'll check it out.
So. Have you ever heard of Maureen? You're not too far from here. Have you ever heard the saying, "The aroma of Tacoma"? Have you ever heard that?
Yeah.
It's a big pulp and paper mill. Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
Yeah. I want to know that, Beth, too. Has anybody tried that new soap sheet that they keep advertising on YouTube? I'm kind of afraid to. It's just because it's
Isn't it called Zero or something? Or I did look it up actually when they first started it. It was like, we don't send to Canada. But just recently, I was in one of the stores on the island, and they're actually selling it there. I
haven't seen it.
I forget what it's called.
It is something Zero, I think.
It's something like or something that represents zero.
Yeah.
Getting back to town smelling bad. If you ever venture to Lawrenceburg, Indiana, hold your breath if it's a hot, humid day because Seagram's plant is over there.
Oh.
Mhm.
Smells
Ever
lovely.
been around a distillery?
Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
My kids, the Christian school here, that the school, they had a brewery right beside it.
Oh my goodness.
Right beside the
Christian school.
what did Friar Tuck arrange that long time ago? Like,
Could be.
that's so
It
weird.
was just brutal. The smelling the mash and stuff
Yeah.
like that. It's just awful.
Oh my
Oh, that's
goodness.
That
strictly
mash,
for-
if you can get mash
Yeah,
for
I've
your
heard that.
garden and for your food, for your like chickens,
Chickens.
it's
Your chickens. Mhm.
yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I heard that
well,
is great. And
that's-
pigs too. Pigs will
That's
eat it.
here in this
Mhm.
town. I don't live here. I live,
Yeah.
Mm.
700 or so miles away or something.
Yeah.
Well, another thing for you to look into, Laura, since you've got the land and doing the setup, you got a catchment basin, and go piping it into your
Wow.
washer dryer. It's up to you. But
Mhm.
the overflow, like the one we've got overseas, the overflow just comes out of the top, runs down to a basin, a concrete basin, and that goes out into the storm drain.
I know, right?
Right.
You could use your overflow for XYZ.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're actually going to do the
That's so
whole
funny.
system hooked to the house.
Right
So
on.
we're catching thousands and thousands of gallons.
Right on.
And because our well is iffy, and we have really hard water. We're
Oh.
going to actually have a video come out tomorrow or Monday, I think, where we're blowing out the whole system.
Oh,
And-
you
Oh.
also have your video, your first one for your members only.
Yep.
I'm so proud of you. Amazing. Yay.
I only have one member, but
Hey. It starts
no, that was
somewhere.
something that YouTube encouraged, that you actually start making, even if you don't have member video or members, that you start making videos just for them that are private. And so I shared a book that I'm reading, and I'm going to be sharing gardening books and just stuff that
More
inspires me.
Mm-hmm.
Really personal stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's really nice.
Really?
So they have that inside
Real-
scoop to Laura.
Real personal stuff. Really?
Bob,
Easy.
Pause.
settle it down over
Sorry.
there in that rectangle.
Not intimate.
Oh, okay.
It's not,
All
yeah,
right.
it's not one
All
of those
right.
kinds of
All right.
things at all.
Just go back to eating whatever you're eating, Bob.
Hot
All
dog.
right, Rob. Thanks for coming in. Appreciate it.
Yeah. See you later.
Thanks, Rob. Yeah, right. This is so cute. Well, not cute, but funny. If any kids skip school, that would be the first
That's-
place I would look.
yes.
Is at the
We do get a lot of water, a lot of rain here, probably about as much as we would
You're
in
welcome,
Washington and Oregon.
Wow.
So catching it here is really a good idea. So
What's that? Bauxite. I've never heard of that. Being in Tennessee, testing the water for bauxite is not a bad idea. I haven't heard of that before.
Let's not look it up.
I think that's what they
I've
make
got to
aluminum out of is
Hey,
bauxite.
Golden.
Let's not. let's
our
not look it
water
up.
is tested here. Yeah.
It's
Rob, take
naturally
care, brother.
occurring.
Yeah, it is.
Did you look it up? What is it
Yeah.
though?
Bauxite is a naturally occurring heterogeneous material composed primarily of one or more aluminum hydroxide
Oh.
minerals, plus various mixtures of silica, iron oxide, titania, aluminum.
Ooh.
Heavy metal poisoning.
Mm.
Yikes.
Our
That's
well
from the
water is
United-
tested. We're clear except for calcium.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you're probably good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, talking to other gardens. Yeah, finding out what they're getting for free around them. That's true. Create
Oh,
evidence.
that's a really good idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Beth,
Yeah.
I'm just relaying this live stream, so you
Yeah.
don't have to go anywhere if you don't want to.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's just Barry is on my panel, and you
Mhm.
can.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. We all hop around in each other's
Yes.
Hmm.
and say hi to each other's
Yeah.
We get
I
some
have-
coffee.
Actually, I just realized I didn't go over and do that. I don't think in Divas. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, I appreciate that, Beth. I'm going for coffee. Anyone else?
So sweet.
Yeah,
Oh no,
Yeah.
I don't. Sorry, I don't drink coffee.
grab me one.
Got any
Somebody want?
hot chocolate?
Would you?
Ooh,
Oh, okay.
I want
Sure.
hot chocolate too. If you're gonna make
Some
hot
hot
chocolate.
chocolate.
I got to run to the store first, but yeah,
Oh,
okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
a lot of it in certain parts of
How
Tennessee.
about
That's
mead? I wish I
very-
had some mead. I would hand that out. But
Mm.
I haven't had mead. I've never had it.
one of these days, I'm going to learn how to make it.
Oh, thanks, CR.
Ba-dum-bum.
So, what kind of things? Okay, so as far as garden additives, we can get coffee, some of us, for free. So far, leaves that are falling off my tree. Laura, you've got your duck juice from your ducks. You've also got the pine needles and the forest floor, which
And
is
the
amazing.
leaves. I have leaves.
And you also have leaves. I'm trying to think what else we covered as far as free additives.
Grass.
Glass
When we wore
clipping.
grass.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If you're in
I ran
town.
across the house to say grass, and you beat me to it.
Okay.
Oh.
CR, that's
Yes.
one. You only get one, CR. That's all you get. See,
Yep.
he
Top
always
and
has
drop.
puns. Boom. You know,
Yeah.
you can see. Yeah, that's all you get today, CR.
Oh,
So
sure, I
just-
can. Hold on. Let's introduce everyone. I am Carol from South Florida. You are on my live at 11:30 Eastern on Friday night. This
Yeah.
is Laura next to me, Hedgehog's Homestead. She is a co-host with Maureen and I on our lives now. She's been able to come in when she can wake up, I guess. Is that how it's going to go?
Mhm.
She's a morning lark. Then next to Laura is my co-host that I started with, Miss Maureen Washington, who is Diva in the Dirt and also a well-accomplished singer, I might add.
And a Canadian.
And and a Canuck, but we don't hold that again.
Oh, Canada.
Well, so is
And
Laura.
Laura originally was one. Yeah, we
Yeah.
kind of. And then we have Bob 942. He's our survivalist on the panel. We have, and he also gardens.
And I have syphilis and I spread
No,
it. So
no,
Oh,
Pause.
Oh, sorry,
Pause. No.
sorry.
wrong channel.
Wrong channel. Wrong. And then we have Storms, Radios, and Cats. That's Storms, Barry over there. He's our buddy. I forgot. Maureen has her live, and I will be there tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern. Usually on Saturday night is when she goes live. Woohoo! And Laura usually will be there too if she's awake. And then Barry, who I was going to, is usually my 9:30 on Eastern Sunday night, and I go and hang out with Barry. A lot of us have been friends on here for
years.
like 5 years now.
Yeah.
For me, it's fallen into Maureen and I are new, but feel like old friends. But still, like we've known each other, I think, over a year now, because Shed Wars was like a year ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, a year. It flies on YouTube. Totally.
Mhm.
It's like so different. So anyway, there's my panel tonight. And then we also had J3GS Farm up, who's got a wonderful channel and just started a channel for his beekeeping. So go
Very cool.
and check out his original channel, and he might have a link to the beekeeping channel. Passamaquoddy, you came in while I was doing all that.
Passamaquoddy.
So good to see you. I miss you.
Hey,
Let me see. Yeah, I
Yes,
really miss you.
buddy. We love her.
Gardening advocacy. What is that? And what
Yeah,
would that
you're-
represent?
Yeah, what is that exactly?
Blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
Well-
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Good desire for me. Yes, I have those. What the? Yes. Banana
Yes.
peels and
I
of
do
course
that.
eggshells. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, yes. Exactly.
Oh, scrappy girl.
Hey, Scrappy girl, welcome
Scrappy
in.
girl. Of course, we do eggshells. I mean,
Yeah.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, I would love to have bees, but they don't like me too much. If they sting me, they might, unalive me. I'm not sure if I'm allergic to them anymore.
All I,
It's nice to meet you all.
all I do is my eggshells. I crush them up real good, and then I just throw them out over the garden.
Yeah.
There you go. Mhm.
I can watch for a little bit.
I could turn my mic back up.
Right. Oh, cute. I like that one. You guys and gals are like companion gardening. Yes, we are companions and we garden. Exactly.
Yep.
Companion gardening.
Yep. Padres. Okay, I totally understand. Passamaquoddy got her new phone and then it was split. When it shipped to her, it was split. She was so excited to finally get her new phone and it was broken. So she's got a faulty battery. That's why a lot of us haven't seen her in the side chat supporting because of that. We miss you, Passamaquoddy. I just want you to know that. Yeah, that's what we basically all do here, DJ's Adventures and Beyond. That's kind of our channels, except Bob makes a lot of things in his garage for survival. Laura built a homestead from scratch with her husband. They came from the city, West Coast. Is it where? Help me, Laura.
Portland metro area.
Portland. You're Seattle, right, Bob? Seattle.
Yeah.
Portland.
Yeah.
Okay.
My channel's also got international travel, daily vlog. It's just whatever throw on there. You know, I don't
Pretty
stick
much.
to one category.
Me either. I don't niche. I don't niche down like they tell you to, but I do have a lot of gardening on mine, and what do you call it? Tours of places that would interest gardeners and gardening tips and things like that.
Yeah.
And then Barry is a little of everything. He is Storms, Radios, and Cats, and he encompasses that name. And then Diva in the Dirt is actually teaching new gardeners how to garden, and she wants everybody growing immediately if they can.
I need you to start 6 months ago. That's when we needed to start growing because things are too expensive.
Yep.
But there's always more needed, DJ, because we're all in different zones. We all have different teaching styles. Everybody has a different learning style. Oh, it's recently expanded. Okay, cool.
Yeah, on my channel you'll find weird types of
you're sweet,
compost. You know, all kinds of. I'm kind of an experimenter, and the gardening I do is almost all flowers.
Oh, thank you.
I love growing flowers. And strawberries and little things like that. I love flowers, man.
With Beth is like us right now. Maureen, she's at that 1,000 and she's watching YT kind of back her up like they did to me. So if you guys are not subbed or you have subbed Beth in the past, she's very artsy, creative. She does those books of collages and she does lives during the weeks. I think you said 3, Beth, and they're usually 3 hours each. So her hours are probably there. She just needs to maintain her subs so it doesn't get messed up while she's applying. Everybody. Yeah, everyone's gardening. Different tips come from different places. Exactly.
Can I share something personal online? Kind of, you know, in the morning I go on.
No syphilis talk, though.
No, well, it's sort of that. Okay, it's sort of that. Where that came from, you know, I go on Filipino lives. They sing karaoke and international panels. And finally, the word. Okay, nobody really knew me. They just knew I've been married to a Filipino for 20 years, all that. And I put out a rumor that, you know, I'm an American. I'm a serial killer. And a cannibal.
We talked about this last time.
Yeah. And finally, the word came back to me today. Oh, you're Bob. You're the cannibal.
Oh gosh, that's horrible.
That's not horrible.
It's awful. Yes, you're eating people, and they're like, "Oh, cool. How nice. Nice to meet you."
Yeah.
Videos once. Let's see. You know, I'm gonna bring up your channel, and how did you expand it, DJ's Adventures? And how did you? Oh, I love the turtle. Also, whereabouts are you guys? I know you travel, but whereabouts are you? Are you always traveling, or have you found like a place where you're going to be homesteading? Because you said about gardening tips.
And let me add to that.
Yes, Beth does give a lot away. Yes, she does. Go ahead, Barry. I'm sorry.
Like Carol said, that I'm sort of don't have a niche. I'm all over the place, and let's just add drone to that too.
Yeah.
Right.
cool
Yeah.
berry.
Now you're going to
Yeah.
be droning. That's right. You're going to get
Very cool berry.
of Kentucky. Hey, Andrews,
That
Northwest
is really
Point. Good
cool.
to see you.
Hello, Andrew.
Yes, he
Angela?
does have. Bob does have a beautiful voice. You're
Or
right.
Andrea, sorry.
Yep. Bob does
Yeah.
have a beautiful
I
voice.
am just a kind of the off kilter personality that's inappropriate at times, and it's just me.
Yeah.
Beth, I have you as a
Yep.
new friend.
We are in Central Missouri, and we have added food reviews and restaurant reviews. Okay, cool.
Cool.
Everybody likes food. That's probably why you're picking it up. We talk about food, and
Hello, Andrew.
hey, fart and pain. I feel so weird out of it.
Hi.
Good to see you, or not see you, because you're fart and pain. I don't know if you're
Smell you later.
Hey, Fart and Pain, you want my email address? I'll pictures are okay,
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna go get some water. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I would leave too, but I would feel awkward if I did.
Oh, sorry.
I agree. CR
So-
gardening is just
So,
another
Bob, did you decide on
Yeah.
a basement or
for me.
just going to use your garage?
Yeah, I've gone green in the basement. Yeah. It's all solar.
Check it out.
It's a new construction, solar, processing tables, bone grinders, all that stuff. Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna go completely green. Yep. Wood chipper, all
Oh my goodness. Did you see what CR said? And also Andrew has got new carvings that we should try and go check out at Andrew's Northwest Coins. But where is it now? I lost it because I just put it up. I like this. Gardening is just another form of creating for me.
Yeah.
It's so cute. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Of course, I presented earlier today, this bag of bone meal right here because I heard from one of the Filipino ladies, oh, you're Bob, you're the cannibal, yeah, and here's my new brand of bone meal. I make that myself in my basement,
Yeah. Hey, if it's working for somebody, why not? Just like I said, everybody's got a different take on things, and especially with food, because that's kind of a personal thing. But if you're really good at describing what it tastes like and textures, people are into that. Plus, they're into watching people eat, which I never knew was like a thing until YouTube. Like the mukbang thing, I didn't know was so popular.
Yeah.
But another channel that does the mukbang is Official Jamia. And she's a hoot. She's usually,
wow.
Yeah. Bob, do you use bone meal too? LOL.
I make it in my basement.
Yeah, I figured with the other stuff.
Yeah, and thank you, DJ Adventures, for subbing. I appreciate that.
Yes, totally appreciate it.
Yeah.
What do you think the wood chipper's for?
Yeah.
Nah.
Oh, cool, Andrew. I'll have to swing by and check it out.
It's guy humor. It's guy humor. Yeah.
It helps to be a dad too.
That too. Yeah.
So
I'm just trying to make sure I get her walks in the kitchen. I know it's starting already. I feel it too, CR. Talking food reviews, and my stomach started doing the same thing. Like,
you need. I know. It's like I need a snack.
Yep.
I like it when Homestead Aquarius comes on my channel and throws together some kind of a hillbilly cooking meal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was gold.
A friend, DJ, do we know you from any other channels? Or are both those channels yours? Because there are people like Corn-Fed Life. They have a couple channels, which they came through. I don't know if they're in the bushes or not still.
They're not over here anymore.
Okay.
Yeah,
but yeah, they have a couple channels also. That's another freebie. Make your own bone meal from chicken bones. Yes, thank you, Miss Sharon. Yes, you can.
I've already looked into that.
So how do you do it? I've done it once. You dry them, but
right.
You're
grinding them up. It's hard.
Yeah. You're good with that AI. Fart and Pain does some commentary and uses
I've,
AI.
I've seen different ways, Laura. They say that some people will soak it in water and get the bones soft and then pulverize it and then dry it. That seemed to be really the easiest way to do it. But I looked at how few bones that we throw out, and I went, just go get a bag of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it would probably be really good or easy to do after you make broth.
Yes.
And I think if you just dry them in the oven, they will crumble up pretty darn good, especially after bone broth. Because I find that even after our bone broth, the bones are so soft.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep. That's when some of the people I've investigated on their channels, they'll do that and they'll hammer it after it's been soaked and soft, and then they'll hammer it and then they put it in a food dehydrator. But
I've seen it baked. As I've seen.
Yeah.
I've noticed lately that all the popular organic fertilizers, the bags are getting smaller.
They are.
I'm using the cardboard too. You have to just be careful to remove all the tape and the things that you don't want in your soil like that. I use it as a weed barrier. I just started using it around the yard, but below sometimes my raised beds I've used it.
Make sure you wet it really good.
Yes, wet down the ground and wet the cardboard. That's true. That's right. Today when my boys came home from school, I told them school collar, you spent it until August. My boys said, no, I was good. They never get it school over until August. Did they get out just for a break for Memorial Day or something coming up? Or?
No, they're out for school.
They're already done?
Some are, yeah. Some places are.
That's crazy.
I think sometime maybe close to the end of this month, I believe ours will be out. I'm not sure.
Yeah. Pretty soon here. I think it's like sometime next week.
It's coming.
Next week here in Tennessee, and then they're done.
I'm just glad I did my son's review in like September, so it gives us time to get another reviewer. Because he has to have a review handed into the state at the end of every school year that he's made some kind of progress or whatever. I used to be able to do it because I had my certificate, but now that I don't, I can't do it myself.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Nowadays, under the mattress is the best thing. Yeah, that's so true.
Yep.
With things going on with the banks and them collapsing and going into one universal one. I agree. Not change subject, but does anyone remember putting a chicken bone? Made it like rubber way back in science class.
Yeah, I remember doing that. I do. I did that.
Yeah.
Well, I add a little chicken or a little vinegar to my broth.
Yes, you're supposed
to. And it draws out the
calcium.
The marrow.
And the marrow. Yeah. Yeah, you're supposed to do that when you make bone broth, Beth, is they add vinegar to it. So it draws all that stuff out of the bones. That's nutritious. Cash on hand, ready. Yep. Ready is always better than going to a bank. Yeah. To get your own money. Yeah. I agree with you. You should always have definitely emergency cash on hand and
absolutely
and keep using cash because they're trying to take it away.
Yeah.
Keep using it.
You see a lot of that around here.
Yes, a lot of stuff going cashless is a little bit unnerving. What I'm seeing besides the cashlessness is more and more is getting put behind doors.
Oh yeah, here in Seattle area, even powdered laundry detergent is now locked up.
Wow.
Everything of any value whatsoever, cans of spray paint, is all
razors.
Locked up. Yeah, razors. Well, our razors are not yet, but say if you want to go buy a big lighter, you have to show ID to prove that you're 18 to be able to buy a lighter.
Oh, wow.
May 23rd.
Yeah, in Oregon and all the stores. Well, if the stores are open.
Yeah.
I mean, Target and Walmart's pulled out of Portland.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've heard that.
Wow.
Yeah.
because theft is so bad.
Theft.
Mhm.
Because they don't.
Yeah.
There's no penalties. There's no.
Yes. That's why
Yeah.
they don't want us using cash. Exactly. Yes. I don't want to read that out loud. Everyone can read that one
And
for themselves about.
kind of fall in line with all that recent
Mhm.
change in Washington state laws is they have revoked our ability to stand our ground even in our own homes.
Mm.
Wow, you
Isn't
gotta
that
get
great?
out of there. That's
Yeah.
awful.
Yep. We don't have a duty to retreat, but we no longer are able to go, well, I was standing my ground. Sorry, that's gone. You should have retreated. You should have surrendered. You should have carried your possession to the guy's car. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, that's what Maureen was talking about, that they kind of are
Bye-bye.
like up there.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, here, leave your keys at the front door. They're going to break in
I heard
and
about
they
that.
and
Yeah,
they'll take your
Yeah.
car. So just leave your keys, then you won't get hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and
No,
the other thing that
no.
they have our well, I'll just say it doesn't matter. So they have the military in certain towns that they're
Ooh.
trying this. They're going around and the military is coming and they're doing what are called wellness checks. And so they come to your door and they ask you questions of like, how many people live here? Do you have a garden? Do you have chickens? They're wanting to know what people's supplies are.
Are there any firearms in the home?
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, that's scary. Well, they signed that one bill, and then I'll get off of this because they're going to probably hit me. But thanks to AI, they did sign that bill that basically they can come in and take your stuff. Here, they signed one. I don't know how true that is, so I'm just putting that out there that I had read it, that it was signed, that they could basically hand it out in a situation, come to your house and use you like a storehouse.
That's why they want you to register your gardens in the United States.
Yeah. And Miss Sharon, I think probably with the technology we have now, they can scan the serial numbers and keep track of the cash.
Just a few years ago, I got a lot of flack on my preparedness videos. You're paranoid. You're out of your mind.
Yeah.
I wonder why I was doing it. I'm not sure.
You realize under martial law, they can take whatever they want to.
Absolutely, yeah. I've been in martial law 5 times.
Yeah.
Been there, done that. Yeah. Very uncomfortable situation. Very scary, very uncomfortable.
So hide things that are... Well, I'm going to just leave it there.
Yeah, I hear you, Barry.
Yeah, that's so true, Fartenbean. Yep. It's really interesting how I can just say your name and not crack up, but yeah, it's so
Fartenbean.
Oh my gosh, I feel like
that is perfect. I like that.
I feel like when I used to do substitute teaching and you're calling out the role and it's like somebody's put that in your book and you call it out and then realize after the fact you just said that. You're like a student.
That's clever. I like that.
Payne here is Mr. Farten Payne. Oh my goodness.
Yep.
Yeah, they are making people that way. Yeah, there's a lot of psychological warfare. A lot of psychological warfare has been.
I think the thing we just need to remember, it's in the good book that all of this stuff was going to happen.
Cashless society, wars and rumors of wars, earthquakes, like getting closer together, and
when you feel overwhelmed, go to your knees and pray. It helps. It does. It really does help. Pray for wisdom and guidance.
Even a cannibal can say that. He agrees that we need prayer. he needs a little extra sometimes.
That's a joke. That's a joke.
It is a joke. I know it's a joke. Grab TP either. That's right. Bob wasn't one of the mad TP grabbers either. Yep. We didn't either.
I was not. You're right, Sierra.
I ran to the back of the store one time in Oregon. I did. Because we were out. And we were never out after that.
I'm married to a Filipino and they don't use toilet paper over there, and they're all laughing at us. They're like, "Can you believe these people?"
Right?
They use something called soap and water. And water. Yeah.
We have one of those toilets now.
Yes, Anne.
Very good.
The bidet.
The bidet. How nice.
Bidet.
How fancy. The
Mhm.
bouteille.
It's warm too.
Yeah,
Ooh.
they are.
That's what
I've
I would
used-
want if I had one. Well, I
Yeah.
have the thing I haven't hooked up. It's so you could use soap and water. If you want
Right.
to. It's
I think my
spray.
favorite thing, guys, is the warm seat in the middle of the night.
Yes, I would need that if I moved
Yeah.
anywhere cold.
Yeah.
Gosh, all these I feel so left out. I need a bidet.
I don't like you, Laura, because you're a snob. You have a bidet. I
I
don't
know.
like you.
Right?
But that's why we have a bidet, because I've run to the back of the store.
Oh. Well, now that gives me an excuse to slander you and make horrible things about you because you
There
have
you
something
go.
that I don't. So I got to tear you down.
I'm going to make a confession. Like when I traveled all around Europe, it's common to have bidets.
It is.
And I thought, okay, I'm going to get to use a bidet. I have no idea how to use a bidet. I've sat on
Me
them.
either.
It doesn't spray where it's supposed to spray.
Oh, mine doesn't either. You gotta move around.
There's a
wait.
the one-
That's another free thing before I forget. Your PP is free and it is a nitrogen fixer.
Yes.
You just don't want to maybe use it on your greens for your salad. So,
there's a pet the ones in Europe, there's a pedal at the base of the toilet and it's a lever and you just step on it while you're sitting there and that's how it turns it on. Yeah.
No, it's not the turn on. It's the fact that it's not spraying where it needs to spray, but Laura just said you have to adjust yourself. And so it was like, I was like, yeah, this is so. Eventually, I went, okay, I'm not gonna even try any more of these. And
got it. I wouldn't have known that either.
Yeah, the ones over in the Philippines, the bidets over there are different. They have like a shower head on it. And you just
that
turn
would
it
be great.
on.
Those are a great attachment.
That's what
everybody should have one in their home if stuff hits the fan again. Because I mean, you can hook it up right to the water on your toilet, and then
that's what I have.
You have it for emergencies.
Yeah, I haven't installed it yet, but I have one.
So
had it for
ahead.
like 2 years, so it's here somewhere. I think in this room too.
Just pray that the water pressure never exceeds like 80 pounds per square inch, because it's going to launch you off the commode.
Yep.
But
now
then
I want to go find.
But then there's that one weirdo who's like, oh, I like that.
So now I want to go find a bidet and see if I can
get that aim
see
down.
if I can get it working, because it was like, okay,
just wiggle.
It's not working. That's not working. And we were all over. Like it was like and all of them were different. Like where the little faucet, it's like, yeah, no, that's not going to work.
Sure, too funny.
So.
Yeah,
I know. Spell check hates me too. It's not just you. It
hates
me all the
it
time.
hates me.
It definitely hates.
Yeah. And it's not a good idea to use your wife's new curtains as a supplement for toilet paper. It's not a good idea. Just don't do that.
No,
Experience.
Thank you.
You can always use a bunch of wash rags,
Yeah.
old diapers. Those are good.
That's terrible. You got to get them some Cheerios and teach them the Cheerios trick. You throw the Cheerios in the toilet and tell them they have to spray the Cheerios.
Yeah.
Make it a game. Make it a game for them. And then maybe give them a cookie. Whatever.
First one to make it to the middle of a Cheerio wins.
That's right.
Ooh, that's difficult. Oh.
Jingle, please be neat and wipe the seat. I remember that. That's so.
But it's worthy of a prize if you can do it.
Wow, Bob. Wow, I miss what Bob says stuff all the time. I totally missed it.
Yeah,
it's better that way.
No. We didn't. Our boys only stand when they're out in public. Everybody sat at home. Nobody ever stood.
That would help.
My husband sits.
Yeah, so that would help.
Yeah. He's too tall.
I was going to say, he's got a long way.
He could just, get the whole backside of your toilet. Since he's such a tall man. No. Yes. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. I did miss something. Wow.
I just have no filter.
Yeah. Yep. That's okay. Mostly okay.
Mostly.
Most of us are
AI is going to be like,
Yeah.
this is about like when they go to share me out, gardening, chat, and cannibals. How do we? How do we sell this one to the ad people?
Well,
spices. Yes, spices. Would be good.
Those carcasses that we throw in the those are free, right? The dead things you find around your property.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Compost your enemies. That's compost. Good.
Yeah, it's composting, recycling. Organic. It's organic. I mean, saving money.
Those gifts the cats leave behind. Yeah.
Yeah.
The cat poops.
No. I'm talking about the rodents they catch for you.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Yeah.
I love
sorry.
you. That's how they say I love you. They catch something for you.
Look at, I got you. I brought you.
Yeah. Look what I brought you.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Although David the Good says in his book of compost everything that dog manure is very good for your compost.
Really? No. He does go against the grain on stuff like
he does.
He does. What but like whatever. I couldn't do it. I don't think.
Yeah. Our chicken
I mean,
food,
it's all protein,
go right in there.
Processed protein.
Yeah,
so.
But depending on what the dog is eating too.
Yeah, exactly.
Even with humans, like like if you're on a whole bunch of medications, I wouldn't recommend
using that
your pee and putting it in your own. Like if you're eating all from the garden and but it's like
you're not on any meds that are
toxic.
Be flushed down the toilet.
Yeah.
Good night, Passamaquoddy.
Oh, good night. Thanks for coming in.
Please. Look at all the zeros you put on my screen.
Miss you, honey. What?
Who? Cat invader.
Cat.
Press the 0 button. Fill my screen with 0.
I always
rabbit manure is very good.
Yes. Well, that one you can put right onto your garden.
Yeah.
Hair is very good. But again, if it has chemicals in it, like yes, the nitrogen in your hair is good too.
That's how I felt. CC, same thing. Yes, you did say that out loud. You can feel free to erase your own comments where you do that, where it actually comes outside of the brain. Yeah.
Well, if I started saving,
poop. Thank God for rabbit poop.
If I do have compost tea, but I'm very sure if I started saving my own urine, Mrs. would send me in for an evaluation.
Yeah. Well, what some people do is they pee in the poo-poo juice, as they add a little urine to that. But I see what Marie's saying about your medications. You don't want to be using.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. There we go. See, says that morning pee is best. More nitrogen. Okay. That makes sense because it's settled in your system.
Yeah. Unless I've had my cup of coffee before then, I'm not going to be able to aim into anything other than.
So sit down, Barry. Sit down.
But outside, like she's saying.
If I'm going to collect that, I guess I'm the only one on this hill, so.
Yeah. Somebody said that. Somebody said that it was like what the dream of living in the country is that they could go out on their porch and pee if they wanted to, and wouldn't care. Like.
Not so much. Not really. No. I mean,
well, I know different places around my house. I do because I had bladder surgery and stuff. So it's like once in a while I gotta go. I got to.
That I give visitors at odd hours
for the bushes.
Yeah.
Well, that might be a perfect time to unload your nitrogen.
I did go to the men of the neighbors here, and I told them, if you see me, urinating, I had bladder cancer. I had a bunch of stuff cut out of my bladder. So, but I didn't go to the wives and told them that. I said, I'm not doing something weird. I'm just going pee. just bear with me.
Oh.
Please don't call the cops. I don't want to be a sex offender.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it will smell if done too often, and if done in the same place. You're not supposed to do it in the same place either, because it can actually cause issues with the plants. They can get too much nitrogen and also salt, because we're usually peeing salt.
God's desire for me. I don't the pests that I want to keep away. I don't think that's going to keep them away. But
well, if you nitrogen on their shoes, it might. If you just act a little bit.
I doubt that they would even notice. It would,
Probably not.
I have not used urine on my garden.
I haven't either. It's just we're talking about free stuff. Take it with a grain of salt.
I had a few students who they were males, and they as they were coming in, they go, I just need to use the bathroom, and they said, I'm just going to go behind the studio, and I said, I have a compost bin, so just go ahead.
Yep.
So that's where they would go.
Why not?
There you go.
All right.
Oh my. Oh yeah, when you definitely gotta go, unless it's a public restroom. Those ones are like iffy. Sometimes you gotta cross your legs because they're so disgusting and go into the other.
Try going into a men's room sometime.
Oh
They
yeah.
never clean those. It's disgraceful.
No, and they when I flew into the city here, they're doing some renovations, and so they've exchanged the women's bathroom for the men's, and they've just put things over the urinal. But even though it's supposed to be for the women, it was still grossing me out thinking I'm in that bathroom.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah.
I've walked into it by accident.
Here's a very interesting thing.
Yes.
And I'm going to ask Bob and Barry this question.
Mm-hmm.
So you go into a men's washroom, and there's 5 urinals. Mm-hmm. Where do you go first? Which urinal do you choose?
Yeah, E. coli starts from the popo bath.
I always go I like to put a urinal between myself and the other guy.
Right. So there's nobody in there, so you're just going to walk in. Which one would you choose?
Second from the end.
Second from the end. Okay.
Yeah.
So now, Barry,
I know this one.
Barry, where would you go?
I try very hard not to use public restrooms, but
when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Whatever.
You gotta go.
The one that's closest to the sink.
Okay. So now there is somebody in the bathroom. They are at the far left. There's the 5 urinals. Where would you go to use the urinal?
Right next to that guy.
No, that's
make eye contact.
No.
To be quite frank with you, I'd never use the stand-up urinals. I always use the stall.
Okay, but anyway, so the thing is, the interesting thing is that we had this discussion when my sons were in their early 20s with dad was around, and it was like there is an unspoken thing, they just know where they're supposed to go.
Yes,
I walk into the women's washroom.
No, I know, and it's true. I know.
And I just go, and it's just like, oh, available, not available, not available. That one's available. I'll go in that one. I don't map it out,
Right. But we have walls between us.
This is true.
Yeah, we don't have that.
Yeah,
and you never as a man go like that.
I think I saw a short like this where the guy was trying to decide, and then all of a sudden they flashed to him over at the urinal, and the guys are just buddying up with him, and they're just all peeing in one urinal. It was so weird.
Oh, weird.
No, that don't happen. No.
I think it's because it was highlighting the fear of
Catch me outside. I ain't doing
that.
Yeah, no eye contact, and the guy who let me clue you in, girls. No eye contact from me, but the guy who makes eye contact, I move as far away from that mofo as I can, and because I gotta pee,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yet then when I hear about when it's locker rooms, like everybody just walks around, comfortable with themselves. I'm just.
Well, here's the difference, Maureen. When you're taking a shower, you're mobile. You can move. When you're peeing, you got to stand there for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
Nah.
I'm sorry.
Still weirds me. All of it weirds me out because I wouldn't be like, I'm just gonna walk around, do like.
I want to know who in the world thought it was okay to put men right next to each other peeing.
Yeah, what is that about?
They're getting better with that, Laura, because the reworked bathrooms have got they do have a partition between them.
Yeah, it's like a cubicle with a urinal.
Right. Yeah. But the newer bathrooms have got a full length partition between them with no door. The old days it used to be urinal. That's how it is in the military.
Yes.
Yeah. It's not like that anymore. They're getting a little more thoughtful about that.
Mm-hmm. It's just so weird.
It is.
I was just chatting with my sons, and it was like, oh yeah, no, Mom, you just go here, and if there's someone here, then you go here. If there's and it was like, how did you guys know that? You just do.
We just do.
It's their natural competition that they have, men between men, Maureen. Like they just.
Funny.
Oh, you're over there? Okay, well then the best.
Yeah, I'm sorry. There's just too many weirdos out there.
I would go in the stall if I was a guy. That's just me. If I gotta really, really go.
I'll tell you a really awkward thing that happened to me in 7th grade. I started a new school on my grade. And the locker room, or the lockers, girls' locker and the boys were not marked. Evidently, they were just, one on each side of the gym. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw my friends, walking through, but I didn't know they had already went to the boys' locker room and changed after gym. I walked straight into the girls' locker room.
Oops.
Yeah, it was embarrassing.
Oh, wow.
Because our gym teacher was a female, and she's like, "Sir, turn right around and walk straight back out that door."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. But to clarify, someone said something about walking around the locker room. However, happens evidently in 7th grade that happened.
Wow.
Oh, it doesn't.
Yeah, we had,
anything, but still, just.
I think every kid's done that though, like gone into the wrong one and then been mortified.
I heard about it for 2 weeks.
Oh my!
Yeah,
let me live it down.
Yeah, I remember in junior high, one of the girls walked into the boys' locker room. We didn't freak out. We just said, "Hi, Tina," and just went on about our business. Hi. We all knew her. It's like, and she was doing it as a dare. But she didn't get a big reaction from us, It was like, yeah.
When I was a freshman in high school, I played volleyball, and being on the junior volleyball team, they of course got to initiate you, so they throw me into a men's bathroom, and I was like, so I just kind of stood against the wall. I couldn't see much, and I'm like, "Hi, how are you?"
Yeah.
And the guys are just like initiation. Yep.
Yeah. It was like that one day at Boeing. The ladies' bathroom was closed for cleaning, and the men's bathroom is nearby. Mm-hmm. And one of our coworkers, a girl, came walking out of one of the stalls, and we had the large round step sinks washing her hands, and she just stood next to us and washed her hands. And the guys don't react; they don't freak out. It's like,
Yeah. Are you keeping up on the Boeing news? What's going on?
What part?
The plane failures and the whistleblowers and the.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, a little bit. I did one of the nights that the wife and I went out for a date night. There were 3 other Boeing guys at the nightclub, and we all talked a bit. And us guys who built the airplanes were out on strike. Remember that one with the emergency thing? Okay. what happened? Well, Boeing will, okay. We're hourly wages, and then there's office people.
Yeah.
Who they don't know what they're doing. They should
Right.
not be touching the airplanes.
My brother-in-law is an office guy, and my mother-in-law was Boeing person too. So
what happened with that first one where the emergency exit flew out? That these guys who still work for Boeing told me, and they said that there's a process in place. It's called we need to get a removal. That means a completed assembly has to be removed. It has to be documented. All that has to be thoroughly documented. And then say I need to put in something underneath there. I sell off my process. That's done. Then I have to go back into an okay to install. QA comes out and checks it, and then I install, and then it gets inspected again. Okay, somebody who worked in the office got a removal for that door and didn't follow the process. They did not get an okay to install. They didn't get a final inspect. Nothing. They just hung the door in its location, and their office people, they don't think of the follow through. They probably didn't even know what they were doing, and just dropped the ball, and it's one time it slipped under the cracks. Okay.
Yeah.
But you got to remember now, Laura, that Boeing is one of the biggest corporations on the planet.
Yeah.
The House of Representatives are looking for a payoff. They do this every few years. They're looking for a payoff. We're going to put you under a Senate committee investigation, and they'll do all the formal hoopla. But it comes down to a cash payout to the government is what it comes down to.
Yeah,
that makes some sense.
I on my morning panels that I go to with international, they ask me the same questions, and it's like this happens every few years, and you hear Boeing, 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 Boeing. But you also got to remember that there are more Boeing airplanes in the air right now than anything else.
Yep.
Things happen. Things wear off. Like one tire flew off of an airplane. Okay. How many years has that airplane been flying? And Boeing doesn't own it anymore. That belongs to the customer. I was
about to say, after it leaves, it's like when you buy a car.
Yeah. It don't belong to Ford anymore, does it? It belongs to you. Yeah.
So I don't
I get a lot of slander from some of the Australians because they love to hear anything bad about the United States. They love it. Oh, you're incompetent and all.
I know.
Well, how many airplanes has Australia made?
Yeah.
None? You're a continent and you can't even make an airplane? What happened there? Yeah. But I had a guy the other day on one of those international panels, drunk Australian, calling me all kinds of horrible names. I'm used to the abuse. It doesn't affect me.
Thank you, Sharon.
And so, he saw a video on Australian news. An 87 hit some turbulence. The airplane went up. People hit the ceiling, and then they fell down into their seats. That's why they turn on the fasten seatbelt light.
Yeah.
Because it's called turbulence. And I tore that guy apart. I tore him apart because I said, and he said, it fell out of the sky. Really? How many people died, John? How many? Where did the airplane come down at? What country or what ocean? Well, it didn't, but it fell out of the sky. Okay. All right. So what happened to the airplane exactly, John? Well, one of the black boxes failed. Okay, John, which black box? Which one? And it come down to where finally the drunkard admitted, well, I just saw it on Sky News Australia.
Yeah.
You know,
have a lot.
I logically took him and cut him into pieces because, you Americans, you're imbecile, and I'm like, no.
Again, Bob.
Yeah,
exactly.
like that. And I said, John, have you ever been in the lower 41 section of a commercial aircraft? No, well, okay. How many black boxes are down there, John?
Several.
Hundreds. There's hundreds of it. That's the brain of the airplane, is in the lower 41 section. That's the brain.
Oh, I never knew that. There's hundreds of those black boxes.
Oh yeah.
There's
Oh yeah.
hundreds of brains in a Boeing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I didn't know that.
There's the cannibal again. Brains,
brains, chopping, processing.
Yeah. But I mean, like when they say we found the black box, they always make it sound like there's just one.
Yeah.
No, honey, there's hundreds of them. It's part of the fail safe because this system has redundancies in there.
Yeah.
Oh, freaking CR, you didn't hear that. You didn't hear anything about redundancy.
No, nothing about redundancy.
No. Okay. All right.
About anything like that.
No, every system has got a black box basically, and that's the brain, and then the eyes are up in the cockpit. And if a black box fails, it pops a circuit breaker or a light comes on in the cockpit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wasn't sure. I just have always heard that too on the news, like when they're not with just Boeing, just any airplane crash, like we've discovered and recovered the black box. They make it sound like there's just one particular black box that they're looking for.
The black box, honestly, in most 737s, it's orange. It's an orange box, and it's in the 46 section up on the ceiling, and it's about that big by this big, and it's got the ends are sealed. So if it goes in the water, it's actually called an ELT, emergency locating transmitter.
Okay.
And that's got the flight data recording on it.
Okay, so that box is one box that they're looking for.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's in the passenger cabin.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And it's orange, so that even if it goes in underwater or if it tumbles through a field, it can be recovered. Yeah.
Okay. So
it's actually orange. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, considering we lost like
sorry.
No, not with your story. With I think just going off the whole gardening thing.
Oh, okay.
You yourself reuse. We were talking about this because what you did for your potted plants. Maybe speak a little bit about that, like what you've used. Hey, David Corey.
These are papers out of my mailbox. This is junk mail right here.
Okay.
I'm working on this while we're talking, and that's going to go into a blender and get turned into a paper powder and then thrown out in the grass. Free fertilizer. You don't have to pay a dime, nothing. It's all for free.
The worms will love that.
They do, Laura. And I tell you what, I'll go out in my backyard, in my front yard, and I'll hook a dandelion and pop the top of it off. And just that little bit of shaking, earthworms are coming out of the soil. It's so perfect, man, because there's so many of them, and there's such perfect drainage, and it's wonderful.
Yeah,
it works. It works. Throw your junk mail out there, grind it up, throw it out there.
Yeah, we throw our junk mail in a compost. We shred it up first.
Yeah.
So you do that with paper plates and napkins and towels, as long as we don't put anything poisonous on it.
Yep.
And we throw it in there, especially if there's food on it. Yeah.
Good, David. That's perfect soil. And well, like this afternoon, I was out in the front yard, and I go out there and I manually weed my grass. I don't use chemicals.
Yeah.
And digging that stuff up, and I'll throw it on top of the grass, all the weeds, and let it dry for a couple of days. And as soon as it gets dry, I run it over with my mulching lawnmower. It doesn't go. Most of the stuff that comes into my home doesn't leave. It stays here.
Yeah.
Okay, this is just beautiful. Look at this one. Increase surface area to decrease the decomposition time.
True.
Wow, CR.
CR is the master of puns.
Yes, he is.
He's got to have that CR in there somewhere.
Yes, exactly. Leaves, and more leaves. Oh, okay. So you and Planner Garden TV have that in common. He's like the leaf and broken down wood king, and so are you.
Well, the main thing is to emulate what a forest does.
Yeah,
You
nature.
know, a forest
Yeah.
grows. You can go and
Mhm.
look at the soil. It's beautiful. Nobody's out there stirring it up and
Nope.
stuff.
Nothing.
It's just
Right.
things dying and
Mhm.
feeding the soil. And that's
Yeah.
you know, that's the back to Eden method, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
pick
And-
up
It's also a chop and drop method too.
Yeah.
where
I
you
pick
It
up
is.
broken down wood all over the, you know, when it's
It's perfect.
um, from the forest all the time, and put it in my compost or the bottom of my beds, and leaves as well.
Yeah, I scored yesterday. I have a favorite coffee shop that I go to once a day. Go in there for one cup of coffee and get to mingle with locals.
Yeah.
And it's a good source of intel about what's going on in the area.
Yeah.
But I asked the shop owner just yesterday. I said, "What do you do with your coffee grounds?" She goes, "Look on the bottom shelf over there. Big bags of used coffee grounds."
Yeah.
And it's almost completely dried. It's in little discs where they compress it, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I said, "Can I have one?" She goes, "Take all you want."
Did you pop out when I showed like what I got at Starbucks today? Big bags of them.
There you go. Mhm.
They had them already taped up and like ready to
Yeah.
go, and
Wow.
they were like this.
This big.
They were huge.
That's really
Yep.
cool.
Yeah.
And I said, "Yeah." I said, "Can I have two?" She goes, "Take all you want." And
Mhm.
I opened up the bag, and I've got one of those soil sifters. It's only about a 10-inch soil sifter. So I poured the contents onto a sifter and then walked around my front yard and just spread it out like a powder all over my front yard just yesterday. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where I get all my compost. Yeah.
I was going to say that creative redundancy. Thank you for answering her. Miss Sharon was wondering about how the pine needles tend to break down, if they break down fast, but I think it does depend on your area, the moisture levels, but I love this. Just leaves, get more leaves every year. Ask your neighbors for that's a great resource. It's free.
David, you can look on my channel, and I've got some videos where I've got like an $80 electric lawnmower, a plug-in, and I've trimmed trees and cut the leaves off and lay it out in a row, and I got it set up for mulching, and I just plow it right in, and it disappears. And I was out removing weeds from that section last week. I only found just a few little tiny pieces of paper and a few little twigs. All the rest of it is gone.
Wow.
In less than a year. It's gone.
Wow. Yeah.
It's beautiful
awesome.
soil.
Yeah. Oh, a little spoiled putty tat. It's so funny because I was looking down and doing the side chat and trying to find a picture, and I didn't notice the berry for the cat there until I saw Marine's comment.
I had leaves to the top of my garden beds, but it just blows away.
Oh.
And so I have to add it to my compost now. It just blows away.
Yeah.
That's why I started with the pine needles. So
well, I get coffee sacks, and so I will through the winter I put coffee sacks over my gardens, or once things are planted, I'll even use the coffee sacks, things in whatever leaves underneath it.
Yeah.
Hold the coffee sacks around the plants just to even be as an extra weed barrier and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And
I love your coffee sacks. I so wish I could find some down here. I can't find anybody. Is it made out of burlap, the coffee sack?
Yeah.
Okay, so I could get like a roll of burlap and kind of emulate the same idea.
Yeah.
What's a coffee sock? I'm not familiar with that.
Sack.
It's what the coffee comes in from the roasters.
Coffee beans.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Beautiful.
They're big 50-pound coffee sacks.
Right
that
on.
I get from a coffee distributor here.
Right on.
Our co-op sells
Yeah, potatoes, like an old-fashioned potato sack.
Yeah.
Very cool. That can also slow down water erosion if you place it properly. And
Every time
And one of the things that we're going to do is with our downed pine trees is that we're going to start placing them on our property where we're having a lot of runoff problems.
Yeah.
Where the corrosion and stuff like that is happening. And that's free for us too because they're our trees.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Sharon, what about making swales and just creating your
Right.
own area to plant your trees in if you're hitting granite? Like building the soil up higher.
Yeah.
And creating that as a swale, and then it's going to catch water for you on both sides and help.
Kind of like that kidney bean kind of effect. You build that up, and then that catches water, and then it waters your roots really good.
Yeah. It's the same idea as the banana circles. If you see banana circles, Miss Sharon, but you can stretch it out. Sorry, Bob, go ahead.
I do talk on a panel with a cool Australian. He's an older guy. He and I get along very well, and he's on a homestead in Australia in an arid climate. And swales, he started putting in swales to slow his water flow down for the rain, because he relies 100% on rainwater. And he's so I went and checked his channel, and those swales, they slow it down enough to where it soaks in.
Yeah.
And he's totally organic guy, just off the grid. He has solar, nothing else. And I was very interested in to see his planting methods, as he's got like a big salt shaker, and he puts seeds in it, and he walks along in his garden and just slings them out there.
It's neat. Mulch can reduce erosion.
I go, well,
too.
Peter, what if things don't come up? He goes, oh, well.
Yeah.
And he said, Bob, later. I've slung seeds out there, and 2 years later they pop up. Yeah. And sometimes you got to take it, and then sometimes they grow. That's it. He feeds himself in an arid climate in the middle of nowhere in Australia.
Yeah.
It's like, wow.
Yeah. That comes from Jeff Lawton, Greening the Desert. He was one of the first ones under. Well, there was the permaculture starter, which I can't think of his name, Bill something.
Yeah, he told me about that.
Then it was Jeff Lawton who did the Greening of the Desert project, and it was swales. Yep, swales are very big in the permaculture, and that's what I wanted to do was permaculture, but my yard is so small. Yeah, it's just like I'm doing zones, but they don't look like permaculture zones at all. Because I have to use raised beds and things like that with our nematode populations here. I tried in the ground. I did make my nice mound.
I'm doing raised beds because of the drainage. If I don't, the clay doesn't drain. Then you get things that rot in the ground. So.
And mine's too fast. Mine drains way too fast.
Yeah.
And then we have the nematode population. Jeff, his videos are pretty cool, aren't they? Creative. But who's even better is the guy that is in Australia right now, the Weedy Garden, and he is Jeff's neighbor. And he's a filmographer, I guess is how, a videographer. I don't know what they call him now, but his films are amazing on here because he is a really good storyteller. It's called the Weedy Garden. He made like speaking of free stuff, he made ferments like what you were talking about, Maureen, when you first started your garden, the Korean, I'm trying to think, so I'm shutting my eyes. Like the Korean gardening concoctions that they make. Weedy Garden showed how to make one too, and how to take the you know more about it. So I mean, like what are the things within our home like that we can use?
Making LAB out of you use rice water, and then you pour milk into it afterwards, and it does separate a curds and whey, and then you get this really nutrient dense food for your garden.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. What it does is the bacteria in that rice water will eat the milk. And you're creating lactobacillus, I think it is, right?
Yep.
It's a
LAB,
lactobacillus ferment. And you can even just add that to even like her poopy juice. You can put it in there too
100%.
And use it or you can just use it on
anytime that you're doing, rinsing your rice before you're going to cook it. It's like
every day here.
Save that rice water.
Save the water.
Well, I'll be damned. And you just put like whole milk in there, and does it turn into a pudding? Like
No, it would separate it. You would
That's
get
true.
kind of like a curds in a whey type of thing. But in
Okay.
all honesty, I would just take the rice water, let that ferment, and just put it in. Just feed the rice water into your garden.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's a daily occurrence in my house. Wife's Filipino.
Yeah.
We and I'll put up a video
nice.
soon checking that 5-gallon bucket that I buried into the ground.
Mm.
I haven't checked it for some weeks, and last time I opened it up, it had a nice layer of mold over top of all that leftover rice and pasta and everything, you know.
Oh, Miss Sharon, I didn't even know about that one because I hadn't checked in with him recently. He's giving away food forest. Wow. That would be for my climate. He's down there in Australia. Is he doing it according to what zone you're in, Miss Sharon? I'll have to check that out.
Does he?
I didn't realize I
come
was
and set it up
Oh, that would be amazing, right?
Yeah, right.
and
I like
show you
this.
how to take care of it?
I like his compost bins and how he has that set up. I was
Mhm.
watching him the other day, and I'm like, I didn't realize that's who I was watching. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm subscribed to him.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been watching him for a while because his storytelling kind of reminds me of like grown up Winnie the Pooh, like Winnie the Pooh stories for grown-ups.
Yeah.
Like it's just so most of it is relaxing while you're watching him. And it's also like, oh, that's so cool. Like you would think when you're a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I think I left that comment for him one time. I'm like,
Remember my sick mint plant? They had
yeah.
the brown all over it.
That's growing right on.
Coming back. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
And it
That's awesome.
started another one
Thank
over in this
you.
corner. So I'm gonna have to take this out of the container, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But it
Different poop.
dropped one right in the corner, so it's really not going to have any room to grow in that corner. So I'm going to have to take this all out, put it in a bigger container. But I'm tickled to death. I mean,
Oh, that's a interesting question. Yeah, because they
Look.
can have. Sorry, Barry.
Oh,
No,
you're
it
fine.
looks great. No, it looks really good from what it was dropping and dying, and now it's coming back to life. I think.
been outside.
Yeah, I believe I mentioned to you guys before that my neighbor offered me several bags of Scott's turf builder stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, he's starting to come around a little bit because he noticed that I don't use any of that, and he's harassed me a little bit about it. But he stopped in today and he says, you know, I don't see one dandelion or in your yard at all. I said, no. I pop them out and I use them as fertilizer. I just run them over.
Yeah.
You know? And you look across the street and yeah, they're getting dandelions even though they use that total kill stuff. Because that's what it does. It kills all the insects, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'll there's some drama involved in that. I'll talk about that after the show, you know.
My Renaissance grandma is saying about the arsenic in the rice. Is there a concern for that with us using the rice? Or I think a lot of us though in the gardening community like use a lot of organic grains, like and source them. But I'm so glad you brought that up because that wasn't on my radar. So that's something that we need to be aware of. And I know that too with like green tea. Like everybody's like, oh, it's so good for you. Well, it's also loaded with lead if you get it from certain areas. So yeah, it's sad what they've done to our world, really.
Yeah, but all of our rice comes from Thailand. Well, the wife's very particular about her rice, you know.
Yeah, the jasmine rice, is that what she
Correct.
gets?
Right.
I think I remember. I remember that. And I didn't mean to cut you off, Bob. I just wanted to get to that comment.
I love jasmine rice.
I tried it. I was not a fan. I don't know.
Really? I like basmati rice.
I don't like the smell of it, and the taste is weird to me.
Did you wash it thoroughly before you put it in the rice cooker?
Wash everything anymore. I mean,
yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh,
I just went and grabbed this site.
Yeah.
At this one. So it's how to use water for plants 3 ways.
Okay.
Awesome.
What is rice water and is it good for plants? The rice water is added in correct increments. It can be hugely beneficial. That's because rice water contains nutrients, beneficial microbes that can help plants grow bigger and fuller. Additionally, rice water can be used as a fertilizer to increase growth and our crop production, as it contains the 3 necessary nutrients, the NPK. So you can do a fermented rice water. It's the most effective rice water solution. Place a few scoops of rice water inside a glass jar, fill it with distilled water, cover the jar with cheesecloth, blah, blah, blah. And then it will start to ferment. If you see this white mold, this is normal. If you see any black, brown, or orange growth, then discard it and restart the process. So, and then you can do, now this one, like they are just, you do want to dilute it and stuff like that. The boiled rice water, I've never done this one. And I've just always used just my rinsed rice water. Okay. But it does say here how it can harm them. Just with all fertilizers, adding too much rice water to your plants can be harmful. If misused or over-applied, rice water can lead to harmful bacteria or mold blooms, hardening of the soil, and possible insect infestations. To prevent this, it's best to use rice water on your plants no more than once a month.
Okay. So, that's probably because it's a starch, I would imagine.
Yeah. And I would also, I would also look at diluting it, like if you've let it ferment, I would make it diluted. And with the LAB, like when I made LAB, it was only like a few tablespoons into the watering jug. Like it wasn't like you were just pouring in, so you can make some.
What did I missed what the rice water does for your soil.
Oh, it's gonna feed it. It's gonna give it the balance of the NPK. So
okay,
yeah.
So you're gonna get more. You're gonna get your nitrogen, your potassium, and your phosphorus.
Making fertilizer right here while we talk.
Naturally.
I eat a lot of rice myself, so
yeah,
good to know.
Yeah, just has to be plain rice. And the Weedy Garden does a whole video on that. That's beautiful on making
LAB.
It's like an LAB, but he also adds it to, like, there's molasses involved. It's basically his concoction that he makes that he feeds his garden with. Yeah,
very cool. I like that scientist, amateur scientist stuff.
Oh, he's
doing experiments.
He's very scientist.
He's very scientist, and then he's also got the filmmaker, storyteller going too.
Just like so great.
I know,
Great.
Another professional on YouTube. Wonderful.
Living with science.
Oh, right.
I did.
Thomas Dolby.
Maureen, that one lady that we found. We found this one lady on YouTube who is like, everything is new on her channel now. Before she just did like, she would do like different products for your face and skincare and lifestyle and like cleaning, and you watched her channel just get better and better and better with the stuff, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's like no different than an advertising company who sells basically like, here's your campaign. These are people that come up with campaigns but incorporate them into their channel and make it look like this is my everyday life kind of thing.
Well, see, like, Carol, you did a good thing today because you might have learned something. If you say, Bob, what kind of unusual fertilizers do you use? And I dropped the cannibalism and bone meal and all that stuff. See, just guide me towards something I know about.
Away from the cannibalism and
Do I got to stop thinking about pretty brown ladies though?
No. But you have a great one, and I know you know that.
Yeah, I know that.
Brown paper bags. What about them, Creative? Have you used yours?
Put them in a blender.
I did. I've used the brown paper bags. I laid them down in my and then put soil over them instead of using cardboard. I've done that before because I had a whole bunch of those.
Rip them up and put them in my compost, or I have my dog do it.
Yeah, I know, right? My son would be
so good at that.
My son would be good at that too.
Barry's cat. Astro?
No, Bubba.
Okay.
Bubba.
Yeah.
Bubba the
Bubba
troublemaker.
Well, I
Yeah.
tell you what, they got it made when it comes to laps and chairs.
Mhm.
Really have to soak those shells. It's creative. And yeah, I don't use them because of that. But I mean, my base layer underneath my soil is like a bunch of shells and stuff like that.
Mhm.
I don't. Go
So
ahead.
salt-free shells, meaning like seashells.
Yeah, I think that's
Okay.
pretty much what he means. Unless you mean like nut shells. Is that what you mean, CR?
Ooh.
Nutshells
Yeah.
are good for your garden.
Yeah. So
Anything organic. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. I
I'm
imagine
sorry,
that
peanut
would be
shells would be
perfectly
ideal.
fine. Yeah, I've seen actually them use peanut shells as like an aerator.
Mhm.
Broken down peanut shells and also the stuff that's on the rice. Or you see them using it a lot.
The chaff off the rice.
Thank you. Yep.
Yeah.
See that used a lot now.
Mhm.
You are shelling out the comments.
But
Ba-dum-bum. Well, I'm going to actually call it. It's like 2 hours and my eyes are starting to shut.
wow.
I'm doing that thing again. I know. I can't do the 3 hour tonight. I don't know what's wrong with me.
No, nothing wrong with that. I'm just shocked that we've been over 2 hours.
Oh,
Yeah, me too.
you're having fun. I want to thank everybody for coming in and anybody who's watching the replay. Thank you very much because we've gone over the hills and dales and everywhere else. But we've also covered and hopefully given you some, good ideas that are free or cheap for your garden. Yeah, and cloches, that's what I need to pick up at the Dollar Tree with waste baskets. I've been told is a great low-cost way to protect those little sprouts that got eaten. Thank you so much. Score last week. That is great. Wow. I need that in my life. $5 blueberry bushes.
Wow.
Yeah, I need that too.
Oh, Memorial Day sales. Hello. Look at your papers and your local gardening places. They should be having sales. All right, guys. Thank you so much, Side Chat or Chat. We appreciate you being here. We wouldn't have much of a live without you. And we will catch you hopefully at Marines, 10 p.m. Eastern on Saturday, or Berries on Sunday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye. Good night.
Bye. Y'all